Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope everyone's having a good week and you're enjoying your holiday season. I am going to be doing a Q&A this week. As you can tell by the title, someone's not happy back there. I started to film because he was really quiet, and of course I stopped because we just pulled in. I just went to go pick up a bunch of baby stuff, and I just got home and I was like, oh, I'm gonna start filming because he is quiet. He's very colicky today, and as you can tell, he's not happy right now because I stopped moving the car. I just wanted to be safe, but maybe he's happy again. I don't know, he's not. Okay. Well, anyways, because of this, you'll see me filming in a bunch of different areas today because I'm just gonna film whenever I can, because otherwise he's gonna be crying a lot in the background. Are you happy now, little guy? Yeah. Are you happy? Oh, no, you're not happy yet. Oh, I'm sorry. You just got fed. Okay, I finally got him settled down. Anyways, so I wanted to do a Q&A with all of you because I didn't do an introductory video on my YouTube channel, and I figured out this would be probably the best way for you to get to know me because they're questions that you've asked me. So yeah, I will let you know that some of the questions you guys asked me kind of have emotional answers, so you're gonna get the most raw, unedited version of me. So hope you're okay with that, but I'm actually really excited to do this video so that way you can get to know the real me. I'm gonna go tend to that. I'll be right back. I think he was just tired, so I laid him down for a nap. Now look at this little guy. He was just sleeping. Look at how wide awake he is now. Just cooling away. He's so happy. Grab him. I'm gonna start with the first question. The first question is, where am I from? I thought this was kind of a hard question to answer, and the reason for that is because I'm from a few different places. My family never just settled in one spot. So I was actually born in Omaha, Nebraska, and I lived in Pacific Junction, Iowa for 7 years. We moved to Persia, Iowa when I was 7, and then my parents got a divorce when I was 15, in which I will actually talk about my childhood. I want to go over that. I'm just not ready yet because my mom passed away not that long ago, so I just feel like I'm not emotionally there yet to talk about it, but eventually I will. But after they got divorced, we moved to Council Bluffs, Iowa. When I was 23 years old, I moved to California, LA specifically, and I moved out there to go to college. I enrolled in FIDM, which is the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising. I planned on going to school there, but wanted to move there a few months in advance just so I could get used to LA, since it was a big city and I wasn't used to that. So that didn't happen. I never got the opportunity to even go to school because I had a hard time finding a job first month that I was there. But then when I did find a job, they fell through, and it's just really hard to find a job and maintain it while I was there. And so I actually traveled back to Council Bluffs, Iowa, and from there I met my husband and decided to move to Omaha, Nebraska, which is where he lived, which is not that far away. It's actually like anywhere from a half an hour to 45-minute drive, so not very far. And actually just recently, almost a year ago, February, it'll be a year, we decided to move to Arizona for a job. My husband had a job offer, so we decided to take it and we moved to Arizona. And that's where we currently are, in the Scottsdale, Phoenix area. Is it playtime? It's so cool, huh? You probably noticed that it's dark out right now and I'm in different clothes, or maybe you didn't notice and my hair and makeup is different. Well, I'm actually wearing makeup now. I tried filming this yesterday and Kai was just so colicky. I mean, he was just crying nonstop. Today he's been so good and he's taking a nap right now. So today I actually finished more filming. So that's the reason why it's so dark compared to the videos that are taken before this. Question number 2, why did I start a YouTube channel? I started a YouTube channel because Bob and I moved to Arizona, and then a week after we moved to Arizona, I found out I was pregnant, and since I knew that my son would not be able to be around his family, this would be a really good way for our family to kind of see what's going on with us and be a part of my pregnancy, be a part of Kai's life without actually being here. They can still see what we're doing. And I don't know about you guys, but when you actually see videos versus photos, it just seems a little bit more sentimental. So yeah, that's why I started a YouTube channel. And it's really funny that I got asked that question because my good friend that I actually moved to California with messaged me when I was doing the Q&A, and she was like, I'm so happy you started this YouTube channel because I feel like I'm missing out on so much, and I really look forward to seeing what videos you post and everything. So it really makes me so happy that the reasoning that I'm doing these videos is actually fulfilling its purpose. So yeah, that is the reason for me starting a YouTube channel. Question number 4. What are my favorite things about Arizona and what do I miss most about Nebraska? My favorite things about Arizona is that I really love the weather. I don't miss the snow at all. Actually, driving in the snow gives me really bad anxiety because I got into a really bad car accident in the snow and it really could have killed me. So driving in the snow really gives me anxiety. Actually, we're going back home for Christmas this year, and I'm already dreading driving in the snow, especially now that I have a newborn. So that's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. Another thing I love about Arizona is I actually moved here knowing quite a few people, so it's been nice catching up with these people. They're co-workers from the past and they're amazing people, so I've loved that. The people here are so nice. When I lived in Omaha, we had neighbors and I feel like I didn't really know any of them. I actually didn't know any of our neighbors. Since moving here, I literally know everybody on our block, and they're the kind of people that have actually come up to my doorstep and they're like, Isla, if you need anything at all, please reach out, let us know. If you need a babysitter, whatever it may be, like if you need sugar, they're literally like that kind of neighbor. And it's just amazing because I thought living in Scottsdale, I thought it's like kind of like the Beverly Hills of Arizona, right? So I thought, oh gosh, it's gonna be really hard for me to find people that I can hang out with, that I really enjoy. It's been completely opposite. I've met so many people out here that are very down to earth, and my neighbors are fantastic. My husband and I are actually going to be moving in a couple of months. We're relocating, and I'm pretty sad because I'm going to miss some of our neighbors. So yeah, I love the people here. I love that there is always something going on. I can go to the Scottsdale Quarter, like I can go to Fashion Square Mall. Like there's just so many different places that you can go that has free entertainment, and it's outdoor entertainment, and it's something you can enjoy all year round because the weather is pretty decent. Even when it's chilly, it's not as bad as Omaha. So yeah, it's nice. If I'm ever bored, I can just see what's going on and go and take Kai. And they have lots of things for kids here. Let's see. Gosh, I feel like I had another thing that I was going to say about Arizona that I really liked, and now I can't think of it. Oh, there's so many options for healthy eating here. I mean, it's amazing. They have a fast food place that serves salad. You literally drive through and they give you salad. Like that's amazing to me. That's something I wish that Nebraska did. Nebraska, you really need to step up your game with healthy fast food options. Not the kind of healthy fast food where you go in and you grab some healthy options and you microwave it at home. I'm talking like drive-through healthy fast food, because it is awesome if I'm on the go and I can just go to these places and go through the drive-through and then boom, like I have a healthy meal. I don't have to go inside. I don't have to go home and microwave it. I can legit eat it in my car if I want to. So what I miss the most about Nebraska is my friends and family. Honestly, that's it. Like, I don't miss anything else. I'm not saying Omaha, Nebraska, or Nebraska in general is a bad place to live. It's not. It's just I'm a big city girl, and I just feel like I've never really been meant to live in the Midwest. When I moved to California, I loved it. I love the feeling of not being in a place where it's just kind of nice, like always meeting new people. It's refreshing. You don't always it's nice bumping into people that you know, of course. I'm not gonna say that it's not, it absolutely is. But it's just nice meeting new people, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty nice going to Walmart, and if you're having a rough day and you look rough, you're not gonna bump into anyone you know. Like, that's amazing, because I have my moments, and it's like when you live in such a small city like we're like Council Bluffs or Omaha, you pretty much know everyone. Everybody knows everyone. So if I go in there looking a hot mess, it's like, oh my God, did you see Isla? I seen her at Walmart the other day and she looked rough, let me tell ya. And so that's been really nice, like not having to worry about that. So yeah, that is question number 4. Question number 5, did moving across the country to Arizona have an impact on mine and Bob's relationship? I would say yes. It has bettered our relationship, but I would say what definitely has made our relationship better is when my mom got really sick. When my mom got really sick, I really didn't have anyone to help me take care of her. It was really hard. I was working full-time and I was mentoring at Girls Inc. in Nebraska, and I had plans of doing another fashion show, and these were things I was very, very, very passionate about. If you know anything about me, if you're very close to me, you know that I literally throw my heart out to those girls, and my fashion shows were everything to me. But my mom meant so much more, and so I had to give up those things that I loved for someone who I loved even more. And I don't know what I would have done without him, because it was so much work. I would get off work and I'd go to her nursing home almost every single day, and I'd do her laundry. I would go shopping for her. I would make sure she's getting taken care of, because nursing homes are very understaffed, and I completely understand that. And I went in to make sure that see if I could help them with anything, or if my mom needed anything else. My mom was constantly in and out of different sizes of clothes because she had heart failure. So she was retaining fluids, and then she would lose fluids because she had thyroid disease. So my husband would come in with me every single time, and he would help me with my mom if I needed to put her clothes away and my mom was needing something. He would come in, like, he was my ride or die. I literally almost had mental breakdowns several times because of how much work it was and how emotional it was for me. And he was there for me through it all. And it was amazing. The year we were planning our wedding, we literally had to put Bob's dad in a nursing home, my mom in a nursing home. My dad went through a very, very tough surgery. It was very scary, a very scary one. And Bob's mom had to move in with us. So we were dealing with all of these struggles while we were getting married, and it really, really showed me that he's the one. He's amazing. We are there for each other through the lowest moments, through the highest moments. Like, he's my rock, I'm his rock. And since we moved to Arizona, we've actually struggled quite a bit. We moved here thinking that, we were going to be more financially stable. It's been completely opposite. So we moved out here thinking that he would double his income. And I don't really like talking about financial stuff, but this kind of correlates to the question. He ended up making half of what he made in Omaha. And so this man is driving Uber after work, working 14-hour days almost every single day to help support his family, so I can stay home and take care of Kai, because it's a lot of work to do that. And he's amazing for that. And of course I do some things as well to help make money. I actually I like to sell. I have an online shop that I sell items through, so which is really fun. But he's amazing with that. Just taking care of his family. He really prioritizes us, and so it's been really rough because we had thought that we were going to be making a lot more money coming out here, and we were making a lot less, and the cost of living is so much more here. So that's been something that we've been struggling with. And, you know, I just tell him this is temporary. You know, you can always make money. He actually told me the other day, if you could choose between having a lot of money and not, but we wouldn't have Kai, or having Kai but not having a lot of money, what would you choose? I should probably explain that the reason why Bob had asked me this question is because we got offered a job in Florida and we turned that one down and came to Arizona instead because there would be less travel involved. And the reason why I said that I would rather come here and have less money with Kai is because if we moved to Florida, Kai probably would have never happened. And I told him I would choose Kai every single day, because not having money or not being financially stable is temporary. You can always get money, but you know, having children, and especially at our age, you know, it was very questionable. So that's something that, you know, I don't even know if we're going to be able to have a second one. I don't know. There's things that happen in life that are unexpected that, you know, changes everything, and who knows, you know. So I told him hands down I would choose Kai every single time. But that's been rough because our son has colic, and so I'm home with him by myself, you know, taking care of him every single day. And, you know, I wish that I could see my husband more. You know, he is gone all the time. And when I need a break, because Kai has been crying for hours and hours and hours, I can't just hand him to my husband and get a break. You know, I don't really have anyone that I can hand him to. And so I've learned to just put him safely in his bassinet, have the camera on him. I'll watch him downstairs when I need a break. But it is really hard because, you know, it would be so much better if I could have my husband home with me. So I feel like when we lived in Omaha and we went through our struggles the year that we were planning our wedding, it really showed me how much we are meant for each other and how great of a husband he is. But then moving to Arizona taught me how great of a father he is. So I would say yes. I'm sorry that was a long answer for that, but I would say it made our relationship better because it showed me how great of a father that Bob is. Question number 6 is, did I have any issues with breastfeeding when I first started? And the answer to that is yes. The first week that I had Kai, he had jaundice, but they still let him leave the hospital because it wasn't bad enough that he needed to stay or anything. They just said, you know, make sure you're putting him in sunlight, not directly in it, of course, but safely in the sunlight. So I did that and took him back to his pediatrician to see how it was doing, and she had said that he had lost more weight than she wanted him to, and noticed that he wasn't latching on because I actually was nursing him in the room there, and she said he wasn't latching on correctly. So she had said either you need to have a lactation consultant come in and show you how to do it, otherwise you're going to have to formula feed him, and which is fine, you know. There's nothing against formula feeding. It's just I really wanted to breastfeed him just because I feel like it's just a lot easier, you know. So that's what I wanted to do because I have access to milk no matter what if I breastfeed him. So I ended up having a lactation consultant come in and show me how to do it correctly, show me what I was, teach me, show me what I was doing wrong. The reason why I didn't know how to do it prior to this is because when I had my son, I went to the postpartum area of the hospital, and I don't know if it was really busy or what, but I had asked for help. I never got help. They also forgot to give me a rubella shot. I feel like it was kind of like you had a baby, okay, you're on your own. And I heard typically the hospital that I delivered at is not normally like that, so I don't want to like bash them or anything. Maybe they were really busy, but it was like literally baptism by fire. Like I had no help with swaddling. I didn't know how to swaddle. I didn't know how to change a diaper. Yeah, I tried practicing on a doll. Not the same, because a doll doesn't squirm around. And also a doll, we have a boy, and dolls don't have boy parts. So it was very tricky trying to figure out how to do all this stuff on my own for the first time. But I didn't really have anyone to show me. So I'm sitting here in the postpartum department on YouTube. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta figure this out. Like sitting here trying to do it all on my own, and that was rough. So yeah, that was very challenging. And because he wasn't latching correctly, it was very painful. But after I met up with the lactation consultant, she actually came into my house and showed me, what I was doing wrong and taught me how I should do it correctly. After that, things were perfect. I never had any issues. He's doing well now. He's gaining weight. He actually gained weight so quickly after that. His jaundice disappeared within days. I think it was 4 days afterwards, because we went back in 4 days. He gained, I think, 8 ounces, and his jaundice was pretty much cleared. I think there was a little bit of it, but nothing to be concerned about. So that was the challenge that I had with breastfeeding in the beginning. Question number 7, what was one thing that happened after I had Kai that I was not expecting? I would say that he is colic, because a week after I had him, I would say probably like a week and a half, he was completely normal, completely calm, so cuddly, snuggly, just amazing. He was such a good baby. I mean, he still is. It's not his fault that he's like that, of course. So, and I know it's temporary, but that was one thing that I was not prepared for. I don't think that I prepared myself enough for that. I don't think any mom can ever prepare themselves enough for that. Really, you do all that you can when you have a baby who has colic, but I mean, really, you don't, and every baby's different. So, I've gotten tons and tons of advice, which I really appreciate, from so many people about things that I can do for Kai. But I realized that out of all of them, there are probably only 1 or 2 things that really work for him, And so you sit here and you go through all these things that you're trying to do to help your baby, to soothe him, to calm him down, and it's really such a struggle. It's such a struggle because you feel like you're being yelled at all day. And I actually had to explain it to Bob, because he is at work all the time, all day, like I explained. And I tried to explain it to him in a way that he would understand, just to kind of empathize with my situation. And I told him, I'm like, do you remember those days where I got so mad at you, and like you would do everything to try and make me feel better, bring roses to my work, try and like sweet talk me, whatever. You try to do things to get forgiveness from your partner and to make things right. And sometimes you feel like no matter what you do, that person is still mad at you and angry at you. And sometimes it can carry on for a whole day. I told him, that's how I feel, but I feel like that all day long and almost every single day. And he was like, wow, I can't, that's rough, because that was the best way that I could explain it to him in a way that he would understand. That was something I was not prepared for at all, because the first week, like I said, he was perfectly fine. And then all of a sudden, just super fussy all the time. And the hardest part about it is when you don't know that that's the reason. So I took him to see a pediatrician and thought he had thrush. Maybe it was thrush. Maybe that's why he's so fussy. Maybe it's painful when he's nursing. I don't really know, because he had like a white film on his tongue at first, and turns out it was just milk residue. But I thought, well, maybe that could be thrush. Maybe it's making him really fussy. And I thought of all these different things, but I didn't know exactly what it was. So I went to take him to the pediatrician 3 separate times and I would call her trying to figure out, why is my baby fussy? And you feel like, is there something I'm doing wrong? I'm a first-time mom. Even if I wasn't a first-time mom, I feel like you would still think, like, is there something I'm doing wrong? Or is my baby in pain? Is he sick? I don't know. So I took him in, and she did a physical on him. She looked him over. He was fine, and she said he's colicky. So if he gets to be too much, just know that you need to, like I said earlier, put him in a safe place and then walk away for 5 minutes and just take a deep breath, take some time for yourself, gather your thoughts, and then go back. And that's really helped a lot. Question number 8 is, what are my plans for 2020? I would say and I'm not gonna rush this at all, because if you guys all know me, in the past I've lost 100 pounds. It took me 2 years because I wanted to do it right. I didn't do a hard diet. I didn't overwork myself with exercising. I just did it steadily so that way I could keep the weight off, and I lost 100 pounds. So I would like to lose my baby weight. I would like to discuss starting, planning baby number 2. Yeah, I said it. So Bob and I, we talked about possibly when we would want to try for baby number 2. But first we discussed talking about our whole financial situation. We discussed, what we're going to do as far as, bettering that first, because we shouldn't bring another baby into the world until we have that figured out, of course. We have priorities. And gosh, I would say I would like to teach Kai sign language. I think communication is very important. And so I want to teach him sign language so that he can communicate with me before he can actually talk. It'd be nice to know if he's hungry, if he's tired, if he needs to be changed, if he just wants to be loved, if he's, whatever it may be. I would like to teach him sign language so that it's easier for me to understand what his needs are. And I just feel like I honestly feel like it might help him socially. And I just think, honestly, my brothers, they know sign language. I knew some sign language when I was younger. I don't really know a lot of it anymore, but I plan on, teaching him sign language. Maybe I'll do some YouTube videos on that, how to teach a baby sign language. But yeah, those are my plans for 2020. For now, I'm sure my list will grow because I'm a very goal-oriented person and I feel like I have a lot of plans. Oh, another one is I would love to get more subscribers on my YouTube channel and more views. I'm not the kind of person that tries to pressure anyone into anything. I feel like it's best to do things naturally, but I'd like to get more subscribers because I feel like I have a lot of videos that could really help people out there if they're going through something, or just if you want to learn how to, make lip gloss or perfume or, things like that. I love teaching, so I'd love to get some more subscribers on YouTube as well. So yeah, that concludes my Q&A session, and I really enjoyed the questions you guys sent me. They were really good, actually. So if anyone else has any questions or I didn't answer them in this video, go ahead and leave me your thoughts below, your questions below, and I will get back to you, or maybe I'll even do another Q&A session. And don't forget, if you liked this video, if you liked my channel, please give me a like or subscribe or both. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.